recorded.
Welcome
Hey!
to episode 16. It's your boy Phony Toast, Toasters with the mostest.
Task, old nerdy bastard. Check this out. I've lost a lot of weight. And
Lots of weight you have lost.
yes, I have. Yeah, I see what you did there. It's funny. Maybe I should scoot over a little bit more. There we go. It's funny. When you lose weight, you start to realize, like, man, I had a lot of shirts that I wasn't able to wear.
Yep.
Kind of gained over it.
The wardrobe increases.
1,000%. And so I've been I started going through my clothes and I was like, yo, I completely forgot I had this shirt. I haven't worn it in like 5 years. Like, I was like, hey, so that's one of the best things about, gaining weight. I mean, losing weight,
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know if I told it on the podcast before. I'm very open. Like, I'm an open type of guy. I have no problem telling people about the stuff I go through. I had a health scare earlier this year. My heart started palpating really, really fast to the point where, like, I started feeling weak and I almost, like, fell over. And we went to the hospital and they did some tests on me and they were like, long story short, they're like, nigga, you're fat as fuck. They say it in their doctor ways.
The doctor way.
The doctor way. Like, your
bruh.
obesity levels and your BMI, blah, blah, blah. Nigga, get to it. You fat as fuck.
Like, the way they try to dance around that
Yeah.
shit. I had a doctor one time told me, you're really big, and what you probably do is eat half as much as you eat. And then they can try to charge me $1,200 for an advanced directive. They told me to eat half of what I eat.
Niggas want you to pay for telling you what you already know.
Yeah, real quick. Like,
I already know that, nigga.
I'm a doctor, bruh. But I did it. I told you what you already know with the PhD.
Right. Yeah,
That makes
but
a difference.
I got doctorates in paperwork, so I gotta charge you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I stopped eating. I completely gave up sodas, which really hurt me. I love a good soda. I gave up sodas. I gave up fast food.
You know what's funny is I've given up sodas multiple times in my life.
Right? You went right back to it?
The first one I remember though
Uh-huh.
was probably the best because I had a friend who worked in fast food, and have you ever seen them pour the syrup into the soda machine?
Oh yeah.
And it's like it looked like he was pouring oil, and I was just like, I just remember feeling so disgusted, like, oh, bro, they just don't feel right.
Yeah, well, for those of y'all who don't know, when you get sodas out the fountains, they're not like that. It's syrup that they keep in the back. It's syrup attached to a carbonated machine that when we push the thing down, there's a bunch of tubes attached to it. We push the thing down, the syrup comes out of it, and then it collides with the carbon. And then that's what comes
carbonated
out.
water.
Yeah, it's carbonated water.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, for example, the McDonald's Sprite tastes different than like a regular Sprite. And did you tweet the video? Oh, does it automatically do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure people know about it.
Yeah. It's like 14 people so far, so it's some people got the
Pardon our
notification.
dust. So
Yeah, man. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
I know
Thank
it's a
you.
long journey.
yeah.
It's an interesting journey because you get to feel like I still remember like one of the best things I feel about losing weight. One of my primary objectives for losing weight was to get rid of acid reflux.
Okay.
Like I had got acid reflux bad. Like it started fucking with my sleep. Like that feeling when you feel like I remember one morning and
Yeah,
I had to go to the
acid
hospital for this one, but like nigga, I almost choked. Like I was asleep.
I believe,
And I threw up in my mouth almost, and like I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I could die. Like I couldn't catch my breath.
Yeah.
Like I felt like, oh shit, that would be such a fucked up way to die.
Yeah.
This fat nigga choked on his own throw up
Yeah.
while he was asleep.
100%.
To the point where I made some changes. Like I stopped eating at like I tried to stop eating by 6 p.m. Because I go to bed with a full
that's
stomach.
important. That is important.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm like, nah, I need that food. Like, stop eating by 6 and go to bed at least 4 hours later. So all that food is digested and done when I go to sleep.
Also, we're black. like my doctor straight up told me, he was like, African Americans, he was like, you guys have great genes. He said it. I like how he kept it a buck with me. He was like, you guys have great genes, but you pay for it later in your life.
Hey, with great genes comes great
responsibility. No, that's 100%. Great responsibility. He was like, you guys are gonna have to do things. You have to do things differently. Like you have to get 8 hours.
A little bit that way because you're like right on the.
More
no,
this
slide.
way.
Yeah, slide a little bit over, like right there.
Right
Just
here?
because your head was like right.
I
there.
got you. Thank you. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, yeah. As black people, you guys need to make sure you get your 8 hours of sleep. You can't eat a lot of this and that. He was like, that's just what comes with it. And he was like, you guys are more prone to heart disease. You guys are more prone to gout, all those type of things. And he was like, it sucks, I know. He was like, but these are your options. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. He was like, I'm a nonsense doctor. I'm just going to tell you what it is. And he was like, your choice is yours. You keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
That reminds me, you know a movie I hate? Soul Food.
Oh, you went way back with little LL Cool J, some Vivica A. Fox. Unless there's been a new one that I'm on.
LL wasn't on that one, but they did do something similar.
LL?
No, it was Mekhi Phifer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
Mekhi Phifer.
God damn, has it been that long?
Nia Long,
Oh,
Vanessa Williams.
that one.
Yeah.
Yes. God, what was that other one that they did?
I know they did another one with LL. You're gonna make me look it up.
It was basically
MTF is
like
here.
they did a bunch of the same kind of movie. They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Soul Food did good." Everybody doing that.
MTF. Look at what we're talking about.
Soul
Probably
Food been forever.
it's been a long time. But
See,
yeah.
now in my head, I'm mixing up the covers with like Waiting to Exhale. And
Yeah,
shit. Like, who was in that
I know what you're
fucking
talking
movie?
about. I know what you're talking about.
Who the
But
fuck
I
was
hate
that
that
movie?
fucking movie because black people, we eat a lot of like fattening foods. It's soul food, which I don't like calling it soul food because if you know the history behind it,
Soul Food, aka what's left.
what scraps?
What's
Scraps.
left, nigga? God damn, that was 1997.
Yeah. For those of y'all know, we call it soul food now. But what it was when in the slavery times, we used to cook for the masses, and they wouldn't eat all of the food. There were certain parts that they wouldn't eat, certain plants and things they would not eat. So they left it for us. And when we made our own food for ourselves,
I mean,
that's what it was.
They didn't really leave it.
I mean,
for
they
us.
didn't really leave it.
We were preparing it, and they said, "Don't put that shit in there."
Don't put that shit in there. So we
get
kept
rid of it.
So we can't. Yeah, they were like,
So we
we'll
got
get rid of
it.
it.
Yeah.
So that's why we eat weird shit like
Pig's feet,
pig's feet.
chitlins.
Y'all talking about deliver us from Eva? Maybe that's what it is.
Deliver Us from Eva might be. Yeah,
It might be
the other
that one. Yeah.
Because I think Vivica's in both. Because Vivica isn't soul food.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at I was like, God damn, who's the cross there?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Vivica isn't soul food, and yeah, I don't know. But you gotta let the synopsis for Soul Food is fantastic. Hold on.
Fuck that movie.
When Ahmad Simmons' diabetic grandmother, Josephine Big Mama Joseph, falls into a coma during an operation to amputate her leg, it throws the Joseph family into chaos. Ahmad watches his mother, Maxine, Vivica A. Fox, and aunts Terry Williams and Tracy Nina Long struggle to adjust the family, matriarch's sudden absence, fall into old rivalries, share memories, and work to maintain the long-standing tradition of Sunday family dinners.
Yes. And so, long story short,
But
they're eating they're eating this horrible shit, right? They're eating this horrible shit. They say, "Hey, mama, eating this horrible shit, they're gonna have to cut your fucking leg off." She says, "No, I'm not gonna do it." And then she ends up going to a coma.
Give me the ham hocks.
100%. And so then she ends up going to a coma, and then she dies. So do you know what they do? Do they learn their lesson? Fuck no.
They cook a bigger dinner.
They keep doing it. Like, fuck this movie. I'm like, wait a minute.
Tradition.
What a perfect way to say, hey, yo, maybe we shouldn't be eating this shit. Just maybe.
Maybe now that we have options, we can cook some different shit. Maybe we can cook some different shit and just season it so it ain't as fucking bland.
100%. Oh, shut up.
She fell into a coma, not a
Go
period.
to a coma.
I mean, maybe she did.
Can that happen? But yeah, I had to lose the weight. I'm trying to be here for all these Marvel movies.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
All I can say is, just find something to do where you can sustain. I think you said you was walking, which is good, but try to find less difficult activities that help you sustain the muscle. So, like, I like to do, like, just stuff I can do in my living room just to maintain versus, like, a lot of people will get, like, going into the gym. It's like the moment you break that, you move, something happens in the gym, it's hard to get back into it. Because you're like, I've got my pattern set. Get a pattern that you can do easily because the older you get, fuck, bro, the harder this shit gets. Every fucking year.
That's pretty much what they told me.
Like,
so it's all. Thank you guys. I got a lot of comments and things. I still got a long way to go, but we're on the way, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Hey, it's good to have a long way to go. That means you got time left.
I know that means you're still here.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk some stuff.
What is going on in the world of superheroes?
Well, I want to talk X-Men for a little bit.
X-Men, okay.
Who is having a resurgence of sorts.
What?
Yeah. A resurgence of sorts.
I mean, to be honest, two really, really well-received back-to-back almost events, you could say, in the sense of you had a huge resurgence thanks to Krakoa in the comic book world.
Yes.
And X-Men 97 blew up. Haven't seen a cartoon do that in quite a little while.
And it's funny because when you watch things like Krakoa, watch things like X-Men 97, you're like, this stuff ain't like for kids really. Like anyone can enjoy it, but 100%. And so now that Krakoa is practically over, I gotta say I'm glad.
Glad it's come and gone?
I'm glad it's come and gone, and the reason why, it's funny. I can tell who's been outside when it comes to X-Men.
Yeah.
Depending on how they feel about Krakoa ending.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is Krakoa introduced a lot of great ideas. But there are some elements that if you've been outside when it comes to X-Men, there are things that happen that rubbed you the wrong way. I will never forgive them for Beast. Never. Look at how Beast was in X-Men 97. That was not the same Krakoa nigga. I don't know who the fuck that was. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's fair.
Tyrants? What the fuck? War criminal? What? Beast. Beast. Hank McCoy. Former Avenger.
Hate McCoy.
Best friends to Wonder Man. Where the fuck was Wonder Man doing all this?
Well, to be fair, Wonder Man is now black in one medium, so...
Oh, so he could have been in?
So we might be looking at Dark Beast.
NTS says, look, you already know what I'm going to say. He liked War Criminal Beast. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I mean, you gotta think when niggas say hard, they do say I'm a beast.
That's true.
But
Nightcrawler abandoning his faith.
Yeah, that one. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Nick, if y'all don't see the problem with that, you haven't been outside. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You have not been outside.
Yeah. There's some turns. That's one of them that didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. It just felt like, we're just going to do it just to see what people say.
I have trouble with that one. Because, let me see. A Catholic abandoning their faith sounds very normal. No, I don't know. Catholics, they'll fuck up. But they never give up their faith.
Well, I mean, because you could go out and you could come back in.
That's why they
gotta do is say, "Hey, my bad."
Hey, my bad. Confessions, which I hope confessions don't usher. Which I'm hoping they do, because Nightcrawler was a fucking pastor. He wasn't just religious. He was one of the leaders of the shit.
I mean, he was taken in by the church for a period of time when he was a child. Like, that's
Kirk
Like
eventually.
it's yeah. I mean, that's the only kind. That's the first kindness he knew. That's why he come out preaching. I mean, you heard him speak in X-Men '97. That wasn't no nigga that was
Yeah. Got the extremists in other areas. Either they are all in and all. NTS says Hank has always been a low-key self-hating mutant. I wouldn't say self-hating, and that's just what it was.
I wouldn't even say low key.
Well, yeah. He didn't want to be it anymore. But that was what was great about the character. It wasn't about anybody else. It was, nigga, you guys can just go out in public. I can't. I can't do that. And
Because of yourself, nigga.
And it's 100% his fault. And he started evolving into a cat, then into like a cat monkey gorilla thing, and like I get that, but I'm like, how come no one else is doing it? Why is it just him?
Well, no, I mean, what's it called? Emma evolved into Bling.
Well, no, what I mean is she's got a new power. This nigga Beast did not get a new power. His powers are still the same.
He did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He got the power to grow blue hair.
That's
I mean, not all powers are good.
that wasn't a power. That was something that he did to himself.
Yeah, but he got the power to grow more of it and more cat-like.
And what I liked about Evil Hank of the Cocoon era was that he was clearly overcompensating. I'm not a fan of it, and the reason why was that I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, so this is just Dark Beast.
Yeah.
Like that was my problem. Was like, okay, this is literally just Dark Beast. Like everything he was doing.
So you rather just Ben Carson Beast?
The fuck did Ben Carson?
And Ben Carson Beast, and Benedict Arnold ass type nigga.
Oh my god, Kitty just abandoning Colossus.
Yeah.
I get it. You guys wanted to show that she's free.
And, and don't get me wrong, I get some of the, okay, well, we're going to change the dynamic and maybe not do this relationship anymore. Cool. But it's like too much history to just say, nah, no more.
No more.
No more.
No more. We're done. And I'm just like, and the biggest sin, I've talked about it before. Biggest sin is the ruined chance of the love triangle of Warren, Quentin, and Betsy.
I mean, Warren Ball, too. He could take both.
Like, the missed stories that should have happened between those three. But it wasn't just Dark Beast, because Dark Beast was doing it out of sadism, but Hank was doing it for the righteous. Be clear, MTF, they're the same person. They're not, that's not, I mean, it's an alt world, but they're each other. The only difference between this Beast and Dark Beast was Dark Beast never met Xavier. This one has met Xavier. So to me, there's like no reason for him to start going the route of Dark Beast.
That's fair.
Because he saw Dark Beast and had proclaimed, I will never be like him.
Well, he's going to be better, more successful.
If he did, it wouldn't be like,
darker.
Be a fucking war criminal.
Ooh.
Exactly. So it's not inside of him.
Dark Beast and get Black Beast.
Black Beast? Bleast? Exactly. So it's a no. That's like saying our Nightcrawler would be like Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler. Let me tell you.
Hey, look.
Let me tell you.
I will never forget the panels when Nightcrawler caught up to Bobby Drake. And it was like, oh, bro, we got beef.
Yeah.
We got serious beef.
I'm here to kill all of you. I'm here to kill you.
Nope.
And even the Uncanny X-Force was like, wait, we don't have to kill them. And Nightcrawler was like, oh, you guys don't have to. I will.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, once again, AOA Nightcrawler is just Nightcrawler who didn't meet Xavier. It's a completely different person.
Yeah. Let's just say that Nightcrawler's religious journey is specifically in the Crusades.
Yeah.
That man is sending bodies to the afterlife.
Borderline incel. He was a young beast, but he would never turn on his people.
Yeah.
That's not happening. No matter which way you try to flip that. He's not flipping on his people. Like, if anyone has accepted him, it was X-Men. And the Avengers. But in society, they weren't fucking with him. So he would never turn on them. Not on his own niggas. He might do some fuck shit other places.
Ride for his niggas. He down to die for his
Down for his niggas. But that's just me. That's just me. But the one that got me the most was Warren, Quentin, and Betsy. Like, fuck off. I understand for the people in X-Men versus Inhumans. Well, let's go off of that. In his defense, they were trying to get the X-Men out of here anyways. And that was bad. That was bad storytelling.
I mean, it
That
was
was
bad
bad.
storytelling, but out of that was not one of the less believable parts.
That's true. God, I hated X-Men versus Inhumans. It was so unnecessary. It was just the way.
Especially, because, you had, these two groups that would, at any point, just be like, you know what? Nah. Nah. There's literally no reason for us to go at each other like this.
Agreed.
There's just no reason. And he was like, bro, we literally conquered galaxies. We had our whole, own Imperium on a whim.
Yeah.
We just decided to do it one day.
Yeah. You think the Inhumans could take out the X-Men?
No.
Not at all.
But I'm saying, I'm thinking, we understand that level of power and ability. There's no reason, there's no good fight here. Mm-hmm. Especially not just for Earth.
Yeah. No, you're right.
We could leave, survive, and rebuild.
Yeah.
Without having to have this level of damage on this. You think about it.
I get what you're saying.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, I get what you're saying. Let me see. I think they did a good job of establishing Quentin and... No, you're right! But that's Quentin and Betsy. Warren should have been involved in this somehow. Him and Betsy, the equivalent would be Rogue and Gambit just not speaking to each other.
No, Randy.
That would be the equivalent. Because Warren and Betsy have been a thing for years. The only reason why it wasn't as popular was that they weren't in the cartoon.
It's true.
But Warren and Betsy have always been a thing.
They both come from money.
So when Quentin and Betsy split, Warren should have been confused. Who did I fall in love with? This is a story that should have been told. Even if it's just a one-shot.
Or Warren wasn't confused. And Warren knows, bro. I'm a boss. I get 2 for 1.
Well, see, they're focusing on the...
One is too close to none.
Warren was barely around. If I'm being... No, you're right. And that was another thing. He's a founder. Where is Warren? He's a fucking founder. X-Men have their own Hulk, technically. They have their own red button. And that red button was Warren Worthington III. Yo, we need to wipe something off the fucking planet.
Oh, yeah, call Phoenix.
Oh, well, they can't just call the Phoenix.
Oh,
You know what they do? Oh, no. Wolverine ain't doing Archangel damage. Even Wolverine knows that. Hey, yo, Warren's taking, everybody out. I have to get close to niggas. Warren does it. He can take out a whole people from space, nigga.
Archangel breathes in space?
They tried to give him Yeah, that came and went. It was just I'm like, dude, they should have had an accountant department.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because how much do you do? How much can you do with Warren?
You can do a lot with him, especially for Krakoa. They were doing business. I'm like, okay, where's Warren?
Because they didn't go out of the way and put Apocalypse in a suit at one point.
That's what I'm saying. They showed up to that thing. I'm like, okay, this looks cool. With Apocalypse, this looks great. Where's Warren? Where's Warren? If anyone, Warren would be there before any of them.
Word.
Warren's the business guy. Why is Magneto here?
Well, character popularity.
I mean, yeah, we know why.
That's all he got there. That's all we got there.
But like I said, niggas who've been outside are like, what? Where's Warren? He funded the X-Men for fucking ever.
There are a couple characters you expect to see. Warren, definitely. Roberto DaCosta.
Roberto?
Like,
we saw him more.
Yeah, we saw him some more. Which I think, that was kind of prep for the cartoon.
Uh-huh. But they already had Emma. You're right. You already had Emma. But guess who has more money than Emma?
And Emma, yeah. I don't know.
There should have been a whole department. That should have been like a new Hellfire Club. Just all the rich niggas.
And it should have called X-Ballers.
Roberto, Warren, Emma, Selena, what's his name? Sebastian
Shaw.
Yeah, Sebastian. That's probably it. X-Men should have work schedule. They have enough members to stop overworking the same field. Warren been on annual leave. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, where is Warren? When all these things are attacking, where the fuck is Archangel? Someone tell me where is Archangel?
Yeah.
Why is Archangel not fucking everybody up? I'm just saying.
I think that's kind of the hard part with the X-Men is like, I feel like you can't pick enough X-Men books. Like,
they're trying to get them.
Like, I know they're trying to pick up, but it's like you just have too many good X-Men. You do,
but that's because Berto's one of Hickman's fans. You could tell. Berto's a great character, but everything about him you could do with Warren, and they've been doing it for years. Sunspot always confused me. Like, his power set, he absorbs solar rays, and he gets stronger flight, and I guess he could shoot projectiles?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he basically gets lightweight Superman powers from the sun. Mm-hmm. Kind of.
And where's Cannonball?
I don't know.
Where's Cannonball? People don't know. X-Men have a person on their team. In the country somewhere. X-Men have a team member that could take out Superman. Cannonball. Look it up. Look it up.
Let's never go down that road.
Let's look it up.
I hate that person can take out Superman conversations. But what version? Let's let Superman be Superman. Let Superman wear his underwear on the outside of his pants.
You're right. But what I'm saying is, I think a lot of people sleep on how powerful the X-Men really are.
Do they?
Yes. Cannonball's out in space with his wife. Okay, he's out there with Smasher. Okay, but she was smashing.
Why not? Why not?
But that's just my thoughts. I think the biggest thing, my biggest issue of Krakoa was the Archangel shit. Like that should have been addressed. Nigga, if you know the history between Betsy and Warren, that does not go away.
It's complex.
That does not go away. They almost destroyed the planet for each other. Betsy practically went to hell and back. I will say this. Betsy and Warren have done more for each other easier than Rogue and Gambit. Because Rogue and Gambit were always together. Were always in love. It was always their thing. Betsy and Angel were having trouble because she's like, nigga, you're low-key a murderer.
Low-key a murderer?
You're insane sometimes, and you're an apocalypse weapon.
Yeah.
And you still are. You still fucking with him. That's another thing. Warren and Apocalypse have too close of a relationship for them to have never talked. And Krakoa never talked. Warren and Apocalypse. Once again, if you've been outside.
Yeah. They'd at least had to have heated discussion, at the very least.
At least.
At the very least.
At least.
Then you changed my whole world.
Apocalypse ruined that nigga's life. Forever. Fuck a Krakoa. we got unfinished business. Me and you need to have a conversation. We got some shit to address. Kendrick voice. We got some shit that needs to be addressed. There are a lot of things that were not addressed that I felt like should have been addressed. Like, we have the Morlocks here. Great. They were killed by the Marauders. What do you mean they're just hanging out? Nigga, you killed me. What? I had to get resurrected. And you was just chilling?
Posted.
I'm having trouble with that one. But, you know, it was like a 5-year private rate. 1,000%. What people really loved about Krakoa was the vibes. Folks who identified with the mutants as LGBTQ analogs. One of their escapist fantasy. Man, you know what I hate about this nigga MTF? Let me tell you. He says exactly what I'm thinking, just better. Like, that's exactly what he does. Like, he says what I'm thinking, but he says it better. That's like...
I like that. He says what I'm thinking, but better.
No, for real. Like, that's exactly what I meant to say, but I just didn't say it that way. But that's basically what it is. And shout out to my LGBTQ people. You can still do that without Krakoa. You can still do that. Like I said, you know, people got mad at me. I'm like, where's the lie? This is just San Francisco on steroids.
House of M.
House of M on steroids.
The Age of Apocalypse grew to Planet of Apocalypse.
Like,
there's a lot of murdering in the X-Men books this time.
That's another thing. Like, they died
free.
all the time.
Like, they just kind of went through the fact that it's like, you know what? We're going to be killing everybody a lot. Matter of fact, we're going to be killing characters just to give them mutant powers back. And everybody's going to be cool with it.
I don't like... there was a better way that they could have made Miss Marvel a mutant. I think there was a better way to do that. Instead of just saying, oh, you had a Lament X gene. I think there was a better way to do that, but I'm a weird nigga, and, like, I get creative. And I was like, here's the way I would have done it. There was an issue where it's a Miss Marvel X-Men crossover where Miss Marvel was fighting this being who was collecting, they had robotic little hornets that was collecting blood from Inhumans and mutants. What I would have done is I would have had one of them had pricked the X-Men or X-Gene person and stabbed her with it, and then she died. But when they resurrected her, they were like, we have to resurrect her how she was. And they were like, there was X-Gene in her blood. And they're like, so she's going to come on a mutant? Yeah. Okay, talk to me.
I mean, the only thing I don't like about that is that it's like, well, then you can make anybody a mutant, right?
I mean, they already could.
I mean, but weren't they making mutants out of people who lost their mutant powers, so they were waking up latent X genes versus, like, I could just take any human at that point. Like, what's to stop me from, like, saying, all right, let me go down here, hey, Sinister, make something that can just put the X gene in all the humans and just have it go around and just prick everybody, and then we'll just kill everybody. They'll come back and everybody's a mutant.
So here's the problem with that. This is another reason I have with Krakoa. The people who lost their mutant powers, their X gene was wiped out. So when they get resurrected, where's the X gene coming from?
Oakland. Come from the town. Come from the town.
So I'm like, okay, so obviously you guys can make X genes.
Sinister absolutely could do that.
No, you're right. You're right. 100%.
You think about Sinister, Dr. Nemesis, and Beast all working together with the resources that anybody has. I mean, technically, this is the big problem. Is like, hey, why don't we just go over that nigga Legion, right? Give him some like mental therapy real quick so he can like control his powers real quick. Okay, and we just make everybody on Planet Mutants. Because, you know, the nigga can change reality and shit, right? Like, on a massive... Like, he done that shit. You remember that nigga separated reality?
Yeah.
In his head.
That's another thing. Good guy Proteus... Good guy Omega Red. Suck my dick. Good guy Omega Red? Nah.
Nobby.
Nah. No.
He's
And
like,
I'm
"No
glad.
fairyland here. I'm going to change ways."
No. Young man go red? Nah.
The only thing they did there, which I did like, was like, yeah, Sabretooth. Sabretooth can't play. Sabretooth ain't playing with
Yeah.
y'all
They
niggas.
even entertained the idea at first, and I'm like, no. Victor Creed?
Victor's like, oh, I thought this was like we could still just murder all the humans just in spurts.
I like that. He was just like, yo, you sent me to do something, I fucking did it.
Yep.
The fuck? They're like, well, you killed people, and?
That's what I do. Did you say don't kill everybody? No.
Once again, X-Men, why are you sending Victor Creed to do anything?
For real.
What is going on?
The only place y'all should have been sending Victor Creed was to therapy. To extreme. Like, to some sort of, like, VR time-based therapy where he can get a million years of it in, like, 30 minutes.
100. He said, look, I was almost out of it when people acted like Apocalypse was on the up and up. Yeah. Yeah, no. He just wanted to make the mutants.
That's why, like, I always love when they have, like, they bring in people like Apocalypse where it's like, y'all realize that this thing has gone through, like, this is just a blink in this nigga's existence, right?
Yeah.
This nigga's like, yeah, bro, I've seen empires come and go plenty of times.
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
You know, this will be fun. Sure, I'll participate.
Yeah.
It involves mutants. Let's see what's up.
And also, like, while Magneto just wanted the X-Men, wanted mutants to be the best, Apocalypse is like, oh no, you don't understand. I want to kill all weakness. And the humans are weak, so guess what?
Yeah.
They gotta go. Apocalypse's whole MO is exactly. And that's another thing. Having Apocalypse just out running about, Warren would have a problem with that.
Oh, shit. Multiple X-Men. Gambit.
Oh yeah,
Gambit was a horseman. Like, there were a bunch of niggas who was a horseman. And they'd all be like, hey.
But you're right. But
this nigga?
But the difference is, someone like Gambit or the other four horsemen, they were able to escape it. Warren's still technically dead. Technically, he is still dead.
Hey, but he should be happy he dead in some ways, because that's an upgrade for that nigga.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, he was like, it was like, bro, like, you... Okay, let's talk about that. Can we talk about that for a little bit? Why do we say that about Warren? Why do we not give that same smoke to Captain America?
In what way?
Sam Wilson. He could just fly?
Well, I mean, he has wings. Niggas.
So does Warren. And technically, his wings will be more powerful than the metal ones.
But at the same time, like, we also know that Sam Wilson ain't gonna be called to beat up like Thanos and shit. Where Warren, hold on. Warren by himself ain't gonna be called to beat up Thanos, but Archangel, you might want to have on that squad if you're going against a nigga like that.
What's the dick world?
Is one's a liability, the other's an asset.
So
Like, let's be real. Let's be real. My nigga Apocalypse took that nigga from Pee Wee football to first team NFL, Pro Bowl.
So wait.
Like there was an upgrade. There was a
But
significant
what if
upgrade.
he's just Angel?
What do you mean?
What if he's just Angel? What if he doesn't turn to Archangel?
Well, then he BT. Maybe C.
But we don't do that with
Because-
Sam Wilson.
What do you mean we don't do that?
We
with
don't
Sam
consider
Wilson?
him B-League.
Well, because the Avengers also have regular human niggas on
I'm
this
done
shit,
with you. I'm
like
done.
Hawkeye
I'm
and
done.
Black Widow.
I'm done having this
Come on.
conversation with you.
This is why. See,
I'm just talking about the
here's thing.
wings.
Here's the thing. This is why the Avengers glow up hurts some of the Marvel universe, because you remember nobody was calling them Avengers niggas when Galactus and shit pulled up at first.
They were calling F4 first.
They were calling F4, X-Men. Like, let's call some niggas who could do some shit before we go call the team with like 3 base human niggas and a nigga in a tin suit that if that shit go out, hey, what happened, MP? Damn it!
Come on, man.
all them niggas can get hit with the blinky.
I can honestly say I feel like the Avengers always were powerful. They were just never depicted as such.
Well, they've always had heavy variation in power.
Like, dude, Cersei was on the team.
yeah.
Cersei.
Oh, I'm saying like they do have a lot of base humans where X-Men have no humans. F4 have no humans. Spider-Man, when he team up, do he go down and be like, "Hey, Paul, from the library, let's go out and fight crime"? Nah, nigga.
I mean, I guess, yeah, you're right.
I mean, them niggas literally have base. They got a nigga with an actual bow and arrow out there who'll be like, "I'll be fighting aliens and shit." Like, bro, can you
That
imagine?
means he's very good at
Can
it.
you imagine being the alien that couldn't take out Hawkeye, going back home? Like, nigga, you got base default human
Hey,
power.
check this out. You're right. You're not wrong, but check this out. You're 100% right. Here's why I don't have a problem with Hawkeye being on the Avengers. Nobody bats an eye at Green Arrow.
Same problem.
No. Nobody bats an eye.
I'm saying
Nobody
I'm saying
complains.
nobody bats an eye about Batman, but I still have the same problem as a person.
Well, you should have batted an eye at Batman.
I'm saying these niggas get so lucky because there's so many things. Straight radiation should be killing you. Your face is uncovered, nigga. How
That's
come
true.
nobody,
That's true.
not one person got an auto target system? Be like, shoot the part that's exposed.
To shoot his mouth. just shoot
If
him
you
in the
gonna die, you
fucking
get
mouth.
shot in it.
Oh,
And then like he
man.
ain't gonna die if he gets shot in the mouth. He should die.
Is Batman a better Aerosmith, a better bow and arrow expert than Ollie?
No,
Why not?
because
Why not?
I mean, because he doesn't have any feats to give him that skill set.
What you mean?
How many times has Batman used the bow and arrow in a grand feat compared to
I'm
Ollie?
pretty sure he's used the bow and arrow.
Used an arrow, but with the feat that you can think of and recognize the thing. Look, Green Arrow is literally all bow feats.
Okay, so what you hold on. Let's talk about
I'm just saying,
Let's
all
talk about
wax.
it. Let's
Green
talk about
Arrow
it.
uses the bow and arrow better than every other nigga
Let's
because
talk about
he
it.
uses this shit all the time.
Let's talk. No. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Feats is feats.
Let's so what you're telling me
And it's not a
is
martial art.
Batman knows a
No,
lot of
no.
things that aren't martial arts.
Yeah, he knows a lot of things, but he's master in how many things? They don't say he's master in bow and arrow. They say,
Green Arrow is in Big Seven Justice League though. He's not.
he has been.
So to break it to you, when they originally announced the Big Seven, that was the first time they did that with the Grant Morrison run. They added one member like 3 issues later. Guess what that one issue was? What character was?
Batman.
Close. Green Arrow.
Green Batman.
And it wasn't even Ollie, it was Connor. Which technically Connor's better. Totally. Listen.
Fuck Batman.
Can't argue that. Speaking of, in the Justice League universe, in the DC universe, they have this thing which is called like the group of something evil, the trilogy of evil, the Trinity of Evil. Evil, right?
Okay.
Amanda Waller is in it.
But, well, I mean, the government's evil. She is a government employee.
But the
Is
problem
she like a
is,
representative?
no, she's like they were like actual villains. I'm like, no.
Are they working for her?
No, but either way, they're villains. Like, she ain't working with no villains. She don't even want to work with heroes.
Yeah, they only work for her.
Exactly. Like, it just doesn't seem right. I don't see.
Are they government-funded villains?
No, they're just villains.
Who is it?
Some new niggas. I don't know, but yeah, it's weird. Like, to me, because Amanda Waller wouldn't see what she's doing as evil.
I mean, yeah, if they're government employees, then I can see it. But if they're
But
not
even if they're government employees, she would not consider what she's doing as evil.
unless evil's an acronym for something.
Yeah, she's on a team with Brainiac.
Oh.
Exactly. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Brainiac. The one that wants to kill and destroy the planet. That Brainiac?
Yeah, there would have to be some sort of kind of hostage-ish situation that would have to be performed.
Like, that's... No.
Yeah, I would go with strong disagreement.
Yeah. And, failsafe Batman? Which I hate, too. Shout out to Chip Zdarsky. But, do you know the whole concept of the failsafe Batman?
No.
Huh?
There's too many Batmans. No, I
So
can tell you that right
basically, I don't think they call themselves the Trinity of Evil. Either way, she's not working with Brainiac. Not at all. Anyways, so failsafe. Remember Tower of Babel?
now. Yep.
Remember how he had fail-safes for every member?
Yeah.
This was basically supposed to be his fail-safe, like a robot version of him that could fight him and fuck him up, that he made. I'm like, okay, but there was a fail-safe for him already. Everyone had their fail-safe. Batman's fail-safe was to resurrect his parents. That was his fail-safe. For his parents. And that's the first thing Ra's al Ghul did. That he abducted their graves. And held them over Lazarus pits.
Yep.
And everybody was like, how will this hurt Bruce? And Bruce was basically like, if my parents come back, I have no reason to be Batman.
And it's like, so you really aren't doing it for the crime of Gotham. You're not doing
I
it
don't
to help
know.
people.
No.
You're breaking niggas' backs
No.
because the trauma loses.
Yes. Yes.
And that's
Absolutely.
That's why I was saying, like, that's the problem with Batman. Like, you ain't doing good, bro. You
That's
just
what
keeping
makes the
status quo.
character great. And I love it when sometimes he gets called out for that. Like, nigga, you ain't trying to save the city. You trying to fuck niggas up.
Yep.
That's what you want to do.
You watched a lot of wrestling when you were a kid and martial arts movies, like we all did. And you like using that shit. We get it. You just had the money to do it.
And now his pure Batman personality is downloaded into the fail-safe robot. Sweet. So Cyborg is useless. You can't take over this robot, nigga? Then why are you here?
Black man wouldn't just do that, bro. You can't just go out there and colonize another robot's mind.
But then someone can say that about Iron Man and Ultron. But fail-safe is not Ultron.
Fail-safe Batman.
Oh, man. Now it's pure Batman downloaded to the fail-safe.
How much prep time were you giving fail-safe Batman? Does he come with prep time?
He has
Does he
prep
have a
time.
prep chip?
He's like... And that's another
Can you
problem.
disable his prep chip?
Do you know? I guess that's what Brainiac is for. I guess so, yeah. Do you know who will fuck up fail-safe Batman? But they won't allow our nigga to be great? I said our nigga, do you know? That should give you a huge. Do you know who's fucking up fail-safe Batman?
I mean, a lot of people, I know.
Midnighter. Midnighter getting fail-safe Batman out of here.
I mean, it's a robot.
Midnighter is getting fail-safe robot out of here. Oh, it's just a robot. Oh, he could calculate millions. Great! So could I. Amazing. That's so can I.
I mean, here's the biggest problem that you'd always have with any sort of robot is unless that nigga actively upgrading his parts, he's always gonna have a limit. You're only as good as your hardware. That's the beauty of biology. Is biology can actively adapt and change on the fly. Can't really do as much with hardware.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Michael Holt.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Mr.
something.
Terrific.
Have you seen what he looks like?
What do you mean?
From the Superman shit?
Oh no, I haven't looked. I saw pictures, the Superman pictures.
What are your thoughts? Okay.
I want to see what they're gonna do with it on screen
Okay.
first. I don't like personally. I hate when they show the early behind the scenes photos because so often it looks way better when they actually do the movies.
I agree.
Even with shitty movies, like I think I remember Henry Cavill's first shots, and people were like, I don't know, whatever. And then when it came on the screen, I was like, actually, it looks good.
I sent you something to your Twitter because we gotta talk about it. Michael Holt, great character, Mr. Terrific. I've always
Why he in blackface?
shared. I don't know as much about
why they put
Amazo
the
Tech as
black-
I should, but is he really that much of a problem? Amazo? Yeah. Yeah, Amazo is, yeah. What's the best way? Amazo is basically, what if Molecule Man was Iron Man? That's what Amazo is. Unless they've dumbed down his power. So on the screen here, we got some first looks at Mr. Terrific from the upcoming Superman movie.
That fair play jacket though gonna sell.
I need that jacket. That jacket's hard. Because apparently there's a team at Amazos that stole the Justice League. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I do love the fact that I like pre-wrote a script that had Superman working with Mr. Terrific, and apparently so did James Gunn.
Yeah. I know he hot in that suit.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Terrific is the closest, and tell me if you disagree. Mr. Terrific is the closest DC will ever get to their Black Panther. Because literally, he is Black Panther. Just get rid of the King thing and get rid of the Panther shit.
Yeah.
How's that? That's basically him.
Yeah.
Basically him. Great character.
Basically corporate Black Panther.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great way of putting it.
Then behind him, you'd have what, like Batwing? Because he's African, at least.
But the problem with doing Batwing is that he's literally Black Panther, just Bat. He's Bat Panther. He's Bat Panther.
That's it.
Black Panther. I think it's more Tony Stark than T'Challa. The only reason why I say that is that T'Challa. Michael was very.
Tony Stark's not black.
That's true. But also, fisticuffs. Like Michael Holt's fucking you up, and then then grading your paper.
The gloves ain't for science, bro.
What is T'Challa without Wakanda and the Panther motif? Nigga man.
Nigga man. It's pretty much T'Challa's kind of Vibranium boy, I guess.
Vibranium nigga.
The Vibranium kid.
Oh shit! And I'm just saying that's the closest. I'm not saying they're similar. Well, they're similar. I'm not saying they're the same.
But yeah, we got
they're not the same. They're similar.
Michael
so yeah, I think it looks great. I have issues. No.
Okay.
I have a problem.
Okay. I mean, hopefully it's the blackface.
It's blackface. It's blacker face.
Blacker face. With a black ass T. Got a cross on there.
Shit. So yeah. What is T'Challa? Here's my problem. I like Mr. Terrific. Not a fan of the hair.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I feel like
feels very 70s to me.
It does, but I don't want to say that.
Why? It does. It's very 70s.
Because that's what racist white people are saying. They're like, oh, it looks like a very 70s fight the power.
It does. It absolutely does. It gives nothing but that.
The hair, I'm just like...
I mean, you don't want to say it because of who said it first, but sometimes you gotta be honest, like, yeah, it's kind of the vibe you guys are throwing out.
Blackfist. Knowing James Gunn, he's gonna put some black blaxploitation shit.
Yeah, Superman gotta be like, brother. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are they gonna do? How are they gonna do it?
If they give him his own shit, he can start showing up with the fizz. Us Bay niggas, we would have a problem with that. We would have a problem. Nah, you can't do that. Nah.
What? So let me. What artist is his intro music going to be to?
It's going to be the nigga who did that song, Pusha Man.
Pusha Man?
I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm that nigga in the alley, I'm your doctor, what you need?
God damn.
I can literally see it now. God damn it, that pisses me off.
It's too accurate.
Here's my problem. Mr. Terrific should have his own shit. DC is afraid. Mr. Terrific is kind of like... Well, no, I can't say that anymore.
I think DC has been afraid, but I feel like if James Gunn could sell it, which, I don't know, like...
James Gunn can sell it, but not with his actor. Not with him. He's not a leading man.
Well, and here's the thing is, it depends on what we get with this.
Look, I accepted Thanagar. But I would not accept it to Chella or Michael Holt. Listen. There's similarities. That's all I'm saying. Thanagar, that was just Black Panther. that was Hawk Panther. Hawk Tua Panther.
Goddamn, bro.
Ah, shit.
That's an interesting place to incorporate that.
You know, hey, you know, sometimes, yeah. Black Lightning should be their Black Split. Here's the problem with Black Lightning. His powers are too basic.
I mean, they've given him upgrades, but at the same time, he is just like...
What upgrade did they give him?
I think he can also absorb, like,
Absorb what?
electricity and certain types of energy and things of that nature.
He can always do that.
Like, they do it more now. Like, he's supposed to be able to deliver enough energy to stop Space Superman, I think.
Let me entertain me. Make Black Lightning white. Is he still being pushed?
Well, I mean, not with that name. Can't get over
Fair.
that. How you gonna do
Fair.
that? White Lightning?
Wait, why not? Why
You
not?
call white dude White Lightning?
I mean, they
I
have
mean,
White Widow.
It would be funny, but it's like that one. You remember that panel with Vixen talking to the Black Bomber?
Oh yeah, but that was a real character.
Yeah, but I'm saying
That they were
like,
gonna make.
they would basically do the same thing. Like, nah, they ain't gonna work.
I love it. He was like, yeah, I say Black Power and I become this guy. And then all Vixen says this, no, not at all. no, we're not doing this. This whole thing, we're not doing it. I think you can manipulate the electromagnetic...
Yeah, he supposedly got upgrades. It wasn't like amazing, but I'm saying he's supposed to.
So they made him Photon. Kind of.
No. Photon's got a whole power set.
Well, Photon can become the shit that she
Yeah.
turns into. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Way different.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Black Lightning is not the Lightning. Black Lightning is not becoming like gases and like Green Lantern energy and shit like that. It's more like,
Yeah.
energy-based shit I can really deal with better now. Not just a nigga shooting lightning.
100%.
But at the same time, like, I don't know. I like Michael Holt. I don't mind this look overall. I just don't know. I don't know how it's going to feel because now I can't get Pusher Man out of my head. Pusher Man.
Ah, shit. Like, I can see,
like, what you need, Clark? You need that crypto?
I got that rock.
You got that knife for
I
you,
got
bro.
that rock. I got some rocks.
Hey, bro,
He looks like a character like if Quentin Tarantino wanted to do a superhero film.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely what he would look like. I need the T-Spheres to line him up. 100%. That's another reason they will not allow Michael Holt to be great. They will not allow Michael Holt to be great. Michael Holt is better in Batman. He's a better Batman. They will not let him be that.
He's not the world's greatest detective.
Yeah, he's smarter.
Yeah, but not the world's greatest detective.
He's smarter. He's better.
It doesn't matter. This ain't smart nigga comics. It's detective comics.
His T-Spheres can detect DNA in the air, and he can completely recreate whole scenes.
That's
saying,
right.
"Oh, this is the guy that did this. This is where he's at." Batman can't do that.
Well, now he can. The church did.
He just steals T-Spheres, which he has literally done.
Yeah.
He's stolen
And then he
T-Spheres.
figures out how it works, and he colonizes it, and
So-
he makes it his own.
Once again,
So now he can make T-Spheres.
they're Bat Spheres now. They can't. They will not allow
T-Spheres.
our nigga to be great.
No.
They will not. So
There's
what
no
I
fair
say,
play. That's why it's
there's
fair
no.
play.
It's not fair play at all. So my question is, then why even do him?
Because, diversity.
Because we need black.
You can't just do all white Superman movie.
I mean, technically they are.
And let's be real, James Gunn does like more obscure characters and would
That's
try to
true.
push him.
Is Mr. Terrific obscure?
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't think so. He was in the cartoon.
that's fair. However, the cartoon was generational. If you went up to 20 random people of all ages and asked who Mr. Terrific was,
They're not gonna know.
Yeah, you ain't getting in that 60%.
They're not gonna know. But
So he would be considered obscure. Like, if
But would we consider that obscure?
this will be the most mainstream moment he's had in his career.
Of course. 100%. What are you talking about, MTF? Let me know.
Obscure.
Obscure. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yep. Absolutely.
I don't know if I can agree
Absolutely.
with that.
I mean, he had to put him in blackface. You think
That's how he looks.
You think a big nigga would? Oh,
That's how he
could you-
looks.
So if Michael Holt was white, could he still do blackface? That's how he looks.
Mr. was a red face version. He would have to get the red face.
The red face version.
There is one where it was a red face. They got rid of that because it looks weird.
That's fair.
It looks weird, but yeah. Someone made a good point that I don't know if I agree with yet. Even when he was on Arrow, he was Curtis Holt, and they made him gay. I was like, what? Why? I don't have a problem with that, but I was like, okay, like, and they changed his name, so I'm like, this is just a completely different person. And then after shot him, yeah, he was definitely just the black friend.
Yeah.
And okay, I gotta give you the obscure thing because he was on Arrow and people still don't know.
They didn't even give him the right name.
People didn't even know he was in Arrow. They were like, wait, Mr. Griffin was in Arrow?
Like, sure, and it was completely different than the books.
Well, let's be clear. DC has always had a black problem. They still do.
I mean, it's not even just a black problem, it's just a color issue. Fairly across the board.
Yeah. They're doing better on others, though. Like Blue Beetle. Okay, it's called Blue Beetle.
They do better every now and then, and then they just reboot and forget it.
They just reboot. Fair. What happened to Black Batman? Is he still a thing?
Probably. He's probably got some, like, features in some other books. He shows up every now and then and be like, I'm black, and the cops come and...
I'm black! Yeah, I'm black. The cops come.
Well, I mean,
I'm black.
The cops come. You know, I mean, regular Batman has Joker, and he has the cops.
Here's my problem with Black Batman. I probably said it before. I will say it a million times. Batman, the character Batman, Bruce Wayne, is not allowing another person to roam around calling themselves Batman. That's not happening.
Ask John Pierre. And that nigga gave him permission.
Yeah, he gave him, but then he came back and was like,
Batman's back. I'm back now.
I'm back now. You can stop. Yeah. That nigga Jean Pierre was like, no, I'm good.
And you know what? The best part is, like, it wasn't about him going out fighting crime and being brutal and shit. Because then nigga just changed his name to Azrael and Batman was like, okay.
Like, all right, we're good.
As long as you call yourself Batman.
Yeah, exactly. We good.
Trademark, nigga.
He moved to New York, which is not even a city DC makes stories about. Listen, Batman, the character Batman, is not allowing someone else to call themselves Batman. It's not happening. He will go there and break every bone in your fucking body before he allows you to do that. He's like, you're not going to go out there with my moniker making me look bad. You fuck up, people going to think it's me. Also, if you die and your family die, that's because they probably think you're me.
Yep.
No. I need you to sit the fuck down. Remember in the beginning of the fucking, the Dark Knight movie? Remember those fake ass Batman? Batman came and fucked that shit up. Nigga, what the fuck are you doing?
Yep. I hate that shit.
And guess what? One of them ended up dying.
I'm not in hockey pads.
I'm not wearing hockey pads. That forced ass, but I'm not wearing hockey pads. Yeah. But it happened at the time when Lucius Fox got access to all Bruce Wayne money and resources.
I may be wearing hockey pads, but I'm not dragging Marlboro Reds, Batman.
Not wearing hockey pads. That shit was fucking ridiculous. Now I think about it. He's all sliding in there. I'm not wearing hockey pads. Get the fuck out. Anyway.
The tumblers intimidating him.
Like, get the fuck out of it with this stuff. Like, this thing is just destroying the city.
Batman.
Bruce would not do that because he probably had to pay for it. Like, fuck, nigga.
I wrote all the infrastructure.
Shit. Let's
it
keep
gives my
it.
people jobs.
Boy, Bruce basically couldn't do anything about it. But now Bruce is back, damn it. Also, he didn't go to Lucius. Like, yo, nigga, the fuck is you doing?
I love how, like, they can do that. Like, hey, what happened? Well, this nigga went extra poor. And then what happened? Well, he still became Batman.
Yeah, and I just gave it to some nigga.
And then, well, not even that. He didn't just give it to he still ran around with a cow. That nigga still was like, nigga, I could be broke and be Batman. I don't give a fuck. And then what happened? Well, then I get all the money back. Like, how does this even work? Like, what world do you lose a fortune like that and get a fortune back? Like, let's be real, bro. You should be like, it would be lovely to be like, hey, you know what? Batman lost a fortune. Okay. And that nigga never climbed out the gutter. That nigga still, then he had to deal with the real fucking world where, you know, you just don't climb out the gutter. Shit don't work like that.
Speaking of DC, we're going to keep it DC for a second. They announced they're going to make more Blue Beetle content, but it's going to be a cartoon.
A cartoon?
Yeah. I'd feel away.
Voiced by the same dude?
Yeah, same people.
Okay.
I'd feel away. That's a demotion. No matter which way you try to flip that, it's a demotion. You got demoted.
I don't know, but in the age of X-Men 97, you do have an opportunity. And let's be real.
You're not wrong.
I personally, if I was sitting there right now at DC, even though, you know, you do have the 50-50 chance on what Gunn brings to the table, let's be real. DC animation is far more well-received, and you're going to get far more seasons than you are going to get movies. Like,
That's
Superman got one movie in The Last Generation, and then features. Like, let's be real. Like, it's not, like, you did not get like a lot of opportunity in The Last Generation of really big budget DC movies, but cartoon animated. Harley Quinn got multiple seasons out.
Show's great. Show's great.
Yeah, I mean the what's it called? I mean, Teen Titans Go. I think has got died and still renewed. They got like 8-9 seasons. Like you could do the animated side and have a. I mean, let's be real. As an actor, work.
Critics probably kinder to it. Yeah, I guess it's better than nothing.
I think it's a good test too. Like, let's see what we can do with this because the movie fell short. I think in a lot of ways.
I like Blue Beetle, but after someone brought it up, I'm like, this Ant-Man.
I mean, not only is it Ant-Man, but it's like Ant-Man not done like in a way that really was good.
Yeah,
because it's. I mean, like I said. It feels like it's Ant-Man cross Venom. Because, like, I mean, you just basically fought yourself. And...
It is, yeah.
By the end, there's, like, no, like, really redeeming, like, value system. Like, it's not like you gained any, like, lessons in it. It was like, oh, I mean, yeah, you a kid who you got a family, you're trying to do better. And by the end of it, now you're a kid that got attached to a super weapon. But the family is still trying to do better. Like, you still got to get a job, nigga. The fuck?
I'm with you. I'm
like,
with you.
You know, like, yeah, I mean, now you dating, like, a woman who got, like, a lot of money, but for some reason, you still in the hood, nigga. Hey, baby, let's move me up and out of here, bro. Like, what are we doing? I just saved your whole company, nigga. I should have shares, bitch. Like, what's going on?
I'm weak as fuck. Someone made a good point.
Okay.
I was talking in the film chat, we were talking about, you know, the upcoming DC stuff. One dude in there said, this doesn't even feel like the DC. I was like, what do you mean? He made a good point. He said, this seems like it's not DC's world, it's James Gunn's.
Yeah.
With DC characters.
Yep. I mean, we saw Christopher Nolan's Batman, James Snyder's world with DC characters, and now we're getting James Gunn. That's how DC's been doing it.
No, but you're not wrong.
Outside of the animated stuff, movie-wise, it's always been people's versions.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference,
don't
though.
You remember
but hold on real quick. Hold on. This is the reason, though. Because I said the same thing. I was like, well, we saw Snyder's vision, we saw this vision, so on and so forth. Here's the difference. Gunn is writing all of these.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I was like, I didn't even think of it that way. The next 3 projects in this universe, Gunn has written all of them.
Yep. It's called Synergy.
Technically, oh wait, because Flash. He's writing them. So I don't think it's out of line for someone to say, is this a DC universe or is it James Gunn's? I'm like, you gotta think, he is writing the next 3 things that are dropping. Creature Commandos, Superman, Peacemaker Season 2. It's like, and they're doing the Lantern show, but they never said, is this in the DCU? I don't think it is. I don't think it is going to be DCU. Especially when you see who's attached to it. I could be wrong. But the vibe they're going, oh, yes, they did? Okay. He's not writing Supergirl, though. Yeah, but that's what I said. That's not coming out till later. But as of right now, first 3 things are that. And guess whose idea was to do the Supergirl shit, and he cast everybody, blah, blah, blah. James Gunn.
Yeah, it's the James Gunn universe.
Do we call the MCU the Feige universe?
Oh, no, because it's different.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, Feige is
not
giving
writing it
direction.
or directing. Yeah,
Yeah, he's giving direction.
Yeah.
Versus directing and writing and allowing other people to do that in the universe. The MCU right now is still doing it more like a comic, where you have different writers, different writing teams, different artists doing different books,
Yeah.
and then they can all come together, and you have different writer or whatever do that story. DC is still trying to get their bearings of like, well, we want to still establish a universe, and we need some direction doing that. Where, Marvel had a very different approach
yeah,
very early on.
yeah.
DC needs to catch up. They need to catch up quick. They need
Yeah, I agree.
They need returns.
I agree.
They just had a huge sale.
No, I'm not
over
hating
Discovery and
I'm
everything.
not hating on
So it's like
anything.
they need a return.
No, I agree.
And it's like, well, look, I know where I want this all to go. So let me start out with 3 projects versus, let me do my thing, then have to review somebody else and be like, well, this doesn't fit with this. Because, you got to think, like, they need to start thinking down the road. Like, Marvel had, early jump-off points that led to huge payoffs. You know what I mean? Where Marvel started versus where Marvel was 10 years after was, there's many, like, movies that weren't well received in that. There's many, like, so you need, I think it's like, look, we need a cohesiveness to start, however they're received. If we can get 7s, that'd be better than what we've been doing for the past, the past year. Because those 7s, those, hey, that movie was okay. Those are those first Avengers that are better over time. Those are those, Age of Ultrons where people look back and like, oh, this was a much better movie. Look at all the things you set up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, before you knew the payoff, it was like, oh, okay, what are you guys really fucking doing? Once you get the payoff, you go back and you really watch it, and you're like, oh, okay. Oh, y'all motherfuckers were cooking. Y'all motherfuckers was cooking. Okay, I see that. But
I'm with you 100%.
You need those stepping stones, and
I'm
DC
with
is
you.
way behind.
At this point, because people were saying in the film chat, they were like, oh, well, they're not starting out with their biggest people. And I said, as of right now, Gunn needs to win the fans over before he decides to go there. Because Batman was in Flash. And we saw how bad Flash did.
Batmans were in Flash.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
All the
Numerous
Batmans in
Batman.
the multiverse couldn't say Flash.
Couldn't say Flash. They made a big deal about Michael Keaton coming back. Michael Keaton crawled his old ass back in that suit. And that movie did abysmal. Terrible. We can say the same thing about the Marvels, but the difference is the Marvels had the whatchamacall. They had to deal with the strike. Flash, niggas just weren't interested. One of the main reasons why.
Flash and Blue Beetle both
That's true.
suffered of.
But one thing that DC fucked up with, they got actors. Like, Ezra is not leading material. It's not Ezra. Like, you need to get people.
You need a much better director and setup to put Ezra in that position. Like, you had a time where you might have been able to make Ezra that for a movie like The Flash, but you would have needed a big name. You needed a Christopher Nolan or somebody that could direct a movie around Ezra to make it that good.
Now, I'm with you. This is going to get a feel of the vibe of the DCU. I'm with it. I think that, so far from everything we've seen, it's going to be bright and colorful. I don't know, because it's going to be weird, because Lanterns is probably going to be a more serious version, and I'm wondering if whatchamacall's even going to be there. Guy Gardner.
Oh, yeah. See, I still want it to be John and Guy.
It's going to be John and Hal.
And I don't like that.
I don't like that because why can't John just breathe?
Like, it's going to be too Lethal Weapon.
Now, even before we get there, you're not wrong there. But I'm like, why can't John just breathe? Why does it always have to be John and Hal? Why can't it be just John? I stand firmly by the fact that Jon Stewart is more popular by the people than Hal. More people watch the cartoon and grew up off the cartoon and watched that movie.
No.
Then read the comic book. To this day, a few people hit me like, wait, there's a white? Like, yeah, Jon Stewart. There's Jon Stewart. That's all they really know. It should be John. And then maybe Hal can have his own shit. They're too invested in Hal. They wanted to make Ezra their Tom Holland, and that was never going to work. Exactly. It was never going to work. Hal is still the OG. Yeah, but Terry Sloan's the OG Mr. Terrific. And technically, Alan Scott's the OG. You really want to go there.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
I don't know. I personally don't like it for other reasons. I just don't like. I'd rather the different personality types.
The collision, yeah.
I like the I like the personality type dynamic between John and Guy more than I like it between John and Hal, because I feel like where John and Hal would ever butt heads would be more on principles, where Guy and John butt heads more on just personality type, but would still stand on the same principles.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's a better dynamic for a buddy cop
I agree.
story. Where like I feel like the way Hal moves is more of a like, well, like I'm reluctantly on teams. I mostly fly solo. You know,
just don't like that.
I don't I don't really care for those dynamics. Like, and I get Hal having a movie potentially, even though I'd rather it be John. I still get that, but I feel like if anybody would be solo, it would be Hal. Hal or Kyle. Sorry, Hal or Kyle.
It should be John.
But John, I feel like
it should be John.
Well, I feel like John would be on Justice League. John's better. I feel like John on Justice League for sure.
I just feel like it should be John. Another thing, they saying it's gonna be like a detective show. Ah!
Yeah, it's like True Detective, which I get.
I don't.
That makes sense.
I don't.
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't. It doesn't make sense to me.
Like, you remember what's it called, episode 2? Yeah, I think it was episode 3. Star Wars.
Star Wars.
With Anakin and Obi-Wan, when they go to that, like, planet.
Yeah.
And they're, like, going to, like, the bars and stuff. That's how I would picture them, but as Green Lanterns.
The problem with that, and you're right.
You know what I mean?
The problem with that is that that's not the whole entire focus. Like, that was a scene, and it was a good scene. But they can still do that without having it be just that. They can still do that without it actually being. Here's my thing, and I'll just say this to people. DC has their own Star Wars. Green Lanterns are practically just Jedi. Yellow Lanterns are practically the Sith.
Yeah.
Like it. Like, so on and so forth. Like, you have your own Star Wars.
Yeah.
That is a route you can go.
That analogy is just too perfect.
It really is.
You really do have your whole own galaxy police that are basically, have light-based weapons. It's
tied to willpower, the Force.
Yeah.
Willpower is just the Force. Like, dog. It even Jeff Johns, who created all this shit, was saying that. He was like, yeah, I based it off of Star Wars Jedi's.
That's fair.
And what makes it even bigger than Star Wars is that there's not just Jedi's and Siths. There's whole other shits on top of that, too. Yeah. Where sometimes the Jedi's and the Siths have to come together. Them Red Lanterns. Here.
Yeah.
These niggas gotta go.
Yep, different uses of the Force.
Yeah.
AKA the emotional spectrum.
Green Lanterns is cops is
Jedi
overly
powers
limited.
are easier to render on screen, though. Well, to a degree, no, because all you're basically doing is you're basically just using light rays to make objects move.
Yeah,
which, in a way, is kind of easier for people to make out because you're seeing what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And in this day of visual effects, a transparent jet is not a difficult thing to make.
Yeah.
Because you're not talking about reflections, you're not talking about a lot of heavy usage, you're just talking about transparently outlined objects that you can basically capture the object, transparently outline, just change the color of it.
Green Lantern constructs can be very fake looking.
Oh, yeah, on the CW.
If they're getting the HBO budget, they could do that. They could do, if they want that. Look at House of the Dragon. Now you can say, oh, it's not House of the Dragon. You're right. But if that's what you guys want them to be, if you want them to be up there with Marvel, you better treat it as such. I'm just saying.
That would
I'm
be-
not invested, and the more MTF talks about it,
Lantern would be kind of dope.
that'd be ill, wouldn't it? That'd be something Kyle Randall would do. The more MTF and us talk about it, the more I'm like, this is a bad idea. Why would I want to watch anything Lantern related where they're going to be limited on constructs? That doesn't sound like something I'm interested in. Already. I'm not interested. I'm not invested. It has the potential to go off the rails quickly from an effect standpoint. You're right. You're right. What more of a reason to not do it?
What more of a reason to not do
To
it?
not even do it. Just do it at the movie.
I'm interested to see how it turns out.
Here's the thing. It could be great. I could be
just-
openly wrong.
I just want them to fire Hal and put Guy in. Like, I just don't like the dynamic.
They're too
Like,
invested in Hal. That's the problem. They're too invested in Hal.
okay.
Speaking of Star Wars, and you better fuck, motherfucker. Did you watch Acolyte?
I've been watching Acolyte.
Did you watch all the episodes?
I believe so.
Did you watch the last one?
The dude was fucking all the Jedi up.
The red lightsaber running.
Yeah. Yeah, he's. I don't know if I call him a Sith. I think he's having black. That
I
nigga
feel like
just
GLC.
murdered all the force pull into the lightsaber with the other nigga already on it was so savage, bro. That shit was just ruthless, bro.
Hey yo, shout out to what's his name from A Good Place? Is it Danny?
Oh, what is his name?
Damn it! I knew I said I was going to remember this.
Good Place is such a good show.
So great,
Such a good show.
so great. Jason Mendoza.
Jason
Can you
Mendoza.
believe that's the same guy?
Jason Mendoza.
Yeah.
No, he did a great job, bro. He did a great job.
Can we talk range? Can we talk range from Jason Mendoza to The Stranger? I'm like, that's the same guy? It's pretty nuts. Manny Jacinto's real name.
Yeah, pull out his name. Jason Mendoza. I'm a stranger.
That's exactly how it was. And I loved after he killed them all, and they were looking at him, and he completely turns back to the Jason Mendoza character. He's all like, "Oh hey, oh hey, what's going on, guys?" Like he just turned that on and off. So, first of all, goddamn, that's my favorite Star Wars moment ever. Let that nigga be a superhero. I pitched something, and a lot of people agree with it. I was like, let him be the new Iron Fist.
Does he know martial arts? Or does he know lightsaber tango?
He's an accomplished martial artist.
Oh, alright, let him be the Iron Fist.
Once again, I don't think it's out of pocket for me to want to cast a Iron Fist from someone who is a martial arts master.
I mean, if you know martial arts,
I don't see how that's a
and you can play a
problem.
martial arts character. It kinda
I don't
works.
see it. Yeah.
Saves a lot of time on the set.
Yeah. I said let him be Iron Fist. Let old boy from Snowfall be Luke Cage. Look at them together. Tell me that wouldn't be an awesome Heroes for Hire. Those two. He could just
Let
be.
me ask you this.
Okay, talk to me.
For your Heroes for Hire, do you do a PG-ish, PG-13 Heroes for Hire, or do you do an R?
Are you talking about movie or show?
Either. Let's start with show.
Show or make it mature?
Movie.
PG-13.
PG-13.
We don't need to go R with them.
Okay.
We don't need to go R.
Okay. Just curious.
That's a good question. Good question.
Just
Great
curious.
question. Let him just be dead. That's what I'm saying. Like, how he is in a good place is practically that's how Danny would be.
I mean, a little higher up, but...
No, Danny's pretty much an airhead. They've established him more as that than a more serious type of guy. Like, he's very happy-go-lucky and, like, you know, he's like the privileged dude, you know, that's never had a problem in his life. So, like, everything is just, you just get mad at him because you want him to have gone through something in his fucking life.
Just go through something.
Just go through something real quick.
Strife, nigga. A little bit
It's
of strife.
very, there's a word for it. It's very, I don't want to say nonchalant, but it's very naive.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type. Like, he could just be that, but also whoop niggas' asses. And then when he gets done, look at them and say, teach me how to squabble. Ah, shit. Like, it's there. It's something that can happen. I say let him just be Danny. He's half Asian. So, like, we can still do that. We can still do the half Asian, half white thing.
Okay.
This all can be done.
Huh.
This all can be done. And it's good. And he already has the Disney check. Let's just keep going.
And he already has the Disney check.
Yeah, he's
Disney
already
dollars is
affiliated.
big.
Keep it going. 1,000%. Let's see. Okay, we're coming up to the
I don't
last
mind that.
20. Yeah. People were like, people had to think about it. They're like, actually, that would be great. Like, yeah, let him do it.
Yeah, no, it's the acolyte hate threads got real quiet this past week.
I think it increased. I don't know. I could be wrong. Do you know that?
I don't know. They got kind of quiet over that last episode. They're like, you're not doing that.
I think a lot of us are quiet. I was like, whoa. So we just gonna kick. I mean, oh god, no. I don't want to spoil it yet. Or should we just go for it? Yeah, fuck it. We just gonna kill all the people.
Yeah, why not?
We're just gonna kill them. I'm like, you know what? Yes. And let me tell you why. This is the first time I've actually seen a Sith.
Well, he's not a Sith.
Well, he's not a Sith. But what is he? He has the Force.
Yeah, but see, and I think this is kind of the problem that focusing so much on like the Skywalker legacy and just that kind of period has done with people is like, it's kind of like the witches thing where it's like, well, I mean, the Force is called by many names,
Right.
and it's used in different ways. So the Sith are just one branch
Ah.
of beings. That's why, like the Jedi, like people are like, oh, well, the Jedi are like the good guys, right? It was like, no, not really.
Right.
Like you just see them as the good guy compared to the Emperor and all them, where it's like, yeah, they were shit. They're basically like, hyper Nazis, kind of fucked up. But for the most part, like, no, the tons of beings can use the Force in different ways and do different things with it. Like they don't just become Jedi because they're good people. They don't become Sith because they're bad people. There's just two different religion kind of things or belief systems that use the Force massively. The Jedi were just really big within the civilized systems at that time, but they're literally a religion that takes children and forces them not to see their families anymore. The Jedi is the problem, bro. Like, the Jedi is fucked up.
Yeah.
And basically, like, hey, guess what? You can't get pussy no more. You can't see your family no more. And you need to do what the fuck we tell you.
Yeah.
And, basically, like you said, with Anakin, bro, that nigga mom was a slave. They could have just bought that nigga mom out of slavery.
They just didn't do it.
No.
Nah. The
That
Jedi
was
are
form
also
attachments.
about
Nah, she don't even got to go live with this nigga. She could just not be a slave. Like, you just...
You're right.
Like,
Ever since you said that, I've been
apartment.
thinking about it.
Like, it fucked up.
Yeah.
You think about it. You made that nigga realize after he got some of that from Padme that all this Jedi stuff bullshit, bro. You telling me I would have gone my whole life with no you took me off a dirt planet, left my mom there a slave, nigga, and you saying you right? Hell nah, bro. That shit don't work.
Well, it's clearly the Force can be wielded in a devastating way. Either way, he was fucking niggas up. What I saw on the Acolyte was how I was told General Grievous was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, I never saw that in live action. Like, seeing a bad guy just taking out hella Jedi. Like, I've never seen that before. Like, I was like, oh, this nigga is a killer. I saw, in the video games, the Jedi games that came out recently, Vader does that in those games. Vader taking out everybody.
The comics and game stuff that they've done with Vader have been really good. Even the VR entries for Vader Immortal are fucking dope.
Yeah.
Vader, I love that they're consistent with the fact that it's like, no, Vader don't play. He is one of the most powerful shit. Vader and Obi-Wan. When he fought old sister, I love him blocking the lightsaber with the Force. I always wonder, like, well, why don't you guys do that? Use the Force more in your fights. Like, you guys are too honorable with this lightsabers. Like, no. This one was like,
Yeah.
like, I think I take the same route. What are you doing?
100%.
What are you? You can't come at me.
I remember when Force Awakens, that was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Force Awakens. In the beginning, where what's his name? He froze the light, like they shot a beam and he just froze it.
Yeah.
And I remember people were freaking out about that. I was like, that makes sense to me. It's very difficult to use the dark side of the Force and not be corrupted by it. 100%. I'm a big fan. I like seeing Jedis get fucked up because, him stabbing the one and calling the other one to get stabbed again. I'm a big fan.
I love the usage of the Force powers along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the fact that it's like, you do have the overconfident Jedi. There, you do have different levels of Force power for different beings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have it.
Yeah.
It's not like there's like, let's be real, like Jedi, like the Jedi got taken out by like technically 2 Sith and robots.
That's true.
Or clones.
That's true.
Like them niggas wasn't getting taken out by like higher level Jedi the whole time. Like them niggas, not every Jedi is built the same.
Yeah.
Some niggas could just kind of use the Force.
Yeah.
And then they get a laser sword and
I'm
there
with
you
you.
go.
I'm with you. Last thing I want to talk about before we leave. Blade. It got pushed back again.
So Wesley Snipes is ready to return to the role.
About that. Anyways, I'm gonna say something. I am no longer going to complain. And I want y'all to keep me, accountable for that. I'm no longer going to complain about shit being pushed back. And let me tell you why. I want them to deliver the best product that they have. Here's the deal. Let's go to the Kendrick beef. Kendrick and Drake beef. Which, California, baby. California.
I mean,
California.
I love how you had to repeat it because you said it right the first time.
California.
The Kendrick beef. Drake ain't got no
You
stakes.
got that there. Absolutely. I want to talk about that. When Drake dropped push-ups, everyone was waiting on Kendrick, and they were like, "You're on the clock. You're on the clock. You're on the clock." I was watching this radio station, and one dude was like, "Man, fuck that clock. Go there and cook your shit up. And if it takes longer, it just takes longer. And it doesn't matter because when you drop, we're all gonna listen to it."
That's fair.
That's what I feel about Blade. If y'all need to keep pushing it, excuse me, till you get it correctly, then just do that. I'd rather wait for you to give us the best product than you just rush some shit out and be like, "Oh, y'all should have waited." Because let's be clear. When I say they rush it out and it looks rushed, what are people going to say? "Oh, should have held on to it. They should have released it that quick." So I'm not going to get mad at someone extending the date of something that does not affect whether I'm going to watch it or not by the length of it.
That's fair.
Like, I'm still going to watch it. And so are you. You're going to watch it. So if it takes longer, it just takes longer. Agreed. Yeah, I'm just like, fuck all that. Oh, it's taking too long. So?
I mean, I don't even think it's slowing anything else down right now.
Even if that's what I'm saying. Even if they do take longer. So fucking what?
I'd rather have a good movie.
I'd rather have a good movie. And if they feel like it's not a good movie, who the fuck am I to tell them, nah, it's a good movie?
Yep.
Nah, this is good.
I mean, don't rush it and give me like another Hellboy 2019
Fucking shit.
or Fan 4 Stick.
Oh, fucking hell.
Because we had to get it out. No, nobody needs that.
And let's be clear. Let's talk about it. Let's be clear. Marvel can't fuck up. They can't afford to right now. They can't.
Not that bad.
At all. Like, at this point, they can't fuck up. There's already been a lot of fuck ups. Get back. Back to it. And, yeah.
I mean, they're in a good spot right now with X-Men 97 hitting the way it did.
Yes. Something that's crazy, that was bold, that Marvel is doing. Are you watching Deadpool and Wolverine when it drops?
Yeah.
First day?
Probably. Why?
You need to.
Yeah. Why?
It's the same week as Hall H. So you need to have seen Deadpool and Wolverine,
Or don't go on the internet.
or don't go on the internet. I'm old enough to remember when people complained about Marvel oversaturation. It's almost like it was like a year ago, wasn't it? Almost like it was just like recently.
It's been pretty consistent for a while.
That just proves the point that they don't care about that. They're just saying that just because they know
Oh,
they're
yeah.
going to get things out of it.
Absolutely. They don't give no fucks, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Ain't no Marvel oversaturation.
It-
People
yeah,
just,
it-
in the end, it's like people just want good movies. Shut up about the. It's too much.
Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah, if they decide we need to take more time to do it, who am I to say, nah, go ahead and drop that shit. No, I'm good. I still got the old blades. Both of them. 1 and 2.
Both still hold up. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Still watch them.
It's
all good.
I still wish they would made 3, but you know.
You know, we could have gotten a 3, but
we didn't.
we didn't, and that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. Like, would it be weird if they cast like Triple H in that?
Triple H. What if they put Deadpool, but not as Deadpool?
What would he be?
It'd be like a guy with like maybe swords or some shit.
Okay.
Pistols.
Okay, only if you're teaming with Jessica Biel.
She was hot at that time.
She was
huh?
great at that
was
time.
great at the time.
Yeah.
But would she make a fumble like that? I mean, Ryan might, because that was pretty early for Ryan. He didn't have his bag yet, but
yeah.
I can see them putting them all together. That'd just be weird.
Look at the growth of Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan has had a long and just uphill career the whole time.
Very much so. Drop that shit so I complained about it earlier is what they really mean. 100%. And Ryan Reynolds made a good point. He was like, Deadpool 2 came out 6 years ago. I had to think about that. I was like, yeah,
Been a minute.
came out 6 years ago. Movies take a long time to make.
Yep.
If you want a good one, it's gonna take it takes some time.
And not only that, but you gotta also remember there was an entire like studio transition. So it wasn't like he was still sitting over at Fox, you know, at the same time. It was like, no, the news got bought. I had to come over, like, we had to make renegotiations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that kind of shit doesn't happen overnight. And they already have a film slate. You know, like,
Yeah.
that's a huge adjustment to happen and literally still get a movie 6 years later.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have a mainstream X-Men movie yet.
And Ryan apparently he had to fight for this movie. Like, he had different pitches to Feige that Feige wasn't taking, and it kind of took him saying, "Yo, I could get. What if I get Hugh Jackman back?" Now, you know, if you know the history of Feige, and Feige and Hugh Jackman, there's some history there that you can't ignore. You can't just be like, nah. Like, Feige's practically here because of Hugh Jackman in the X-Men movies he made. There's history there. And you can tell that Feige had a vision for the X-Men that he was not allowed to do. That he's now allowed to do. So that's what I tell people about these movies. You guys just see these as movies. I see this as a promise that was made 20 plus years ago that is now coming to fruition. That man had to wait that long. Get his shit off. Look at all the much stuff that put out. Look at all the things to get here. This was all about X-Men. That's what this all was for. He probably don't care about anything else really. X-Men are here. What? What's this? What? Oh. X-Men are here. Think of it like this. Feige put himself into an X-Men comic. He didn't do it to Spider-Man. He didn't do it to Avengers. He didn't do it to Fantastic Four. He did it with X-Men. You know why? X-Men runs teams.
I thought you were going to say he's an X-Men fan, but okay.
Well, that goes with it. But
It goes
yeah,
with it. It goes with
X-Men run this bitch. X-Men run this bitch. Would y'all be into Deadpool and the Midnight Suns? I'll take it further. I could see him in Thunderbolts.
I'd see him in Thunderbolts over Midnight Suns. I'd rather more magic characters in my Midnight Suns teams.
I can see him
And
because
Deadpool is just like
he's a zombie.
I mean,
He's a zombie.
He's literally not dead.
He's a
He
zombie.
literally can't die.
He's a zombie. He's a zombie that can breathe.
Cognitive breathing zombie.
Oh shit!
No.
I got you though. I get what
I
you're
mean, I
saying.
feel what you're saying too. I get I get how it's similar,
Mhm.
but no, I don't know.
And you be there with
think,
Blade.
I think there's just a lot of Magic characters don't get a lot of love that they could probably use and get more shine.
So recently, Ryan Reynolds has been posting a symbol. It's an Avengers symbol with the Anarchy symbol sprayed painted up over it. Like Ryan is sharing this. He's
Yeah.
wearing a hat of it. He had a flag waving of it. What do we think that means?
He's starting his own Avengers.
Did you say that in a Deadpool voice?
No.
That was just a regular voice. You know you be doing voices and shit. I think he could inject more levity into the situation. I agree. You can say that about anything too. I feel like they're not done. I feel like we're gonna be seeing Deadpool again after the movie within less than a year.
Yeah, I feel in the movie he assembles his own Avengers.
Perhaps.
You can't be the X-Men. Feige doesn't want to do that yet.
Well, there's X-Men on the team. There's a member of the team.
No, I'm saying that's what he won't call himself the event.
Oh, by the way, I got you. Did you see the new trailer?
Is there a new one that I haven't seen?
It's basically the same, but it reveals a new thing at the end. I can just tell you.
Okay, what?
OG Sabretooth shows up.
OG. Oh yeah,
From X-Men 1.
Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer, but I heard about people start talking about it.
He shows up, and he's getting ready to fight Wolverine, and then Deadpool says, "Time out!" And he starts, because like Wolverine has all these swords in him and shit. He pulls out all the swords, and he's like, "People have been waiting years for this. You can't just show up looking like this." He's like, "All right, baby, I want you to think about that girl." And then Wolverine's like, "Shut the fuck up." He's like, "All right, go get him, champ. Big fan." And then it ends there.
Get him, champ. Big fan.
Tyler Man, right? Yeah, the OG one. He looks great. He looks the same. Other characters gonna come back. Toad will be back.
Mortimer.
Yeah, Mortimer. Whatchamacallit's coming back. Pyro's coming back.
Okay.
There will be more. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Why not? Get everybody. Hey, you guys want money? We're over at Marvel now.
Yeah. Come get a Marvel.
Thanks, guys. We're over at Marvel now.
Come
get
get
some
a
of this cash.
Now, was that is that the voice?
There you go.
So that's our show, y'all. I want to thank y'all. Damn, 2:82. That's good.
We got 2 minutes. You finished early. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Are you watching The Boys? Did you watch the last episode?
No, I'm getting caught up. No, I was behind. I'm watching it. I watched it earlier today.
Okay, you get on me about no alcohol. You watch The Boys.
Hey, wait, hold up, man. Hold up. I didn't know if you watched
You don't
the
know what
character.
happened with Firecracker.
I love how, like, this season's getting ripped to shreds because the incels are realizing what this really is.
Well, it's not even. What's funny about it is like it's not even just what it really is. Like they take shots at both sides, like they do Marvel and DC, constantly. This is literally what the entire show is about. You guys are just feeling it extra hard because they're being even more blatant about it, and
Yes.
they're fucking hurt. Like you said, it's the dog that got hit.
Yeah. Yeah. You throw a rock into a pack of wolves. Dogs. The one that got hit was the one that the one that yelps first was the one that got hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, they're going hard.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
going hard. It's funny.
Well made film. Well made show.
Yeah.
And you watched Fallout, right?
Fallout show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the part when dude goes with the fix. He's like, I have a potion just for you, and he like his foot's all fucked up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He gets no
It
potion.
actually fixes it. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh shit.
He was like, "Oh, that's great."
You later find out, oh,
Like, oh, yeah, he's a ghoul now.
cool. God damn it.
Shit.
At the same time, I'm like, is it that bad? Is it just because you need the stuff? Is that why it's bad?
I think you like slowly start to lose your mind a little bit, maybe.
Well, I mean, you do if you don't have the stuff. It seems like
That's true.
Because
That's
old
true.
boy been around since before the shit went off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we know that you could sustain if you get the stuff. But it's kind of like, well, I mean, if not, what do I do? Just die or radiation poisoning? Like,
Yeah, then you go crazy. But that's our show.
thank you for tuning in. It's your boy Phone Toast. The Toast is with the mostest.
Sass, old nerdy bastard.